In this video, we will show you how to replace your ignition switch on this Honda Accord. This will be located inside of your steering column. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. We're going to disconnect the negative battery terminal from the battery. To do that, we'll be using a 10mm to loosen this up just enough we can remove it from the battery. Looking underneath the steering column, we're going to remove the steering column cover by removing several Phillips head screws. You'll find that you have one towards the driver's side. Making your way towards the passenger side, you'll find several others, and then one down here. We'll use our Phillips head screwdriver to remove each of these. There's that one. There should be one in here. There should be one right there. Ours are missing. Make our way across. One right up in here. There's another one. Now that we have those out, let's make our way over towards where that lock cylinder is. There's one hidden right up in this corner. Now we can take hold of the lever here and move this up and down as necessary and start removing this. Let's give that a quick inspection and we can set it aside. Now we can remove the upper housing cover here. Now that we have those out of the way, the next thing we'll do is remove this lower panel from underneath the dash here. It's going to be fairly simple. Just go ahead and take hold of it and give it a little tug straight rearward. Pop it free from the top as well. There we are. A quick inspection of that and we'll set it aside. Now if you were to look up along the top of the steering column, you're going to find two 6mm Allen head mounting bolts. Let's remove the pair. There's one, got a little washer on there. Let's get the other one. We can remove the upper mounting bracket here. We'll set that aside. Now we'll take hold of this and carefully pull it out of here. Be extremely careful for those wiring harnesses as you pull it out of the steering column area. Now that we have that slid out of place, the next thing we can do is disconnect the ignition switch. For this, you want to depress the locking tab right in the center there. Once you do have that squeezed in, you can disconnect this. Just press that in with a small pocket screwdriver if necessary. We'll pull it out of place. A quick inspection of the wiring harness, of course. If you see any funny colors, that's corrosion and it would need to be dealt with. Now we can start removing the ignition switch. You're going to find that it has 3 Phillips head screws. This one right here is pretty much the hardest one to get to if you still had this in the steering column. We'll do that one first. Inspect your mounting hardware, of course. Now if we give this a little spin, you can see the other 2 right along the backside there. That one. Now you can take hold of the ignition switch and remove it. There it is, friend. Now we can take that ignition switch and slide it right into place. Everything should line up, slide in, and start in each one of our mounting bolts. Let's get our mounting screws in here. You want to make sure you start each of them in before you tighten any of them. Okay, we've got them all started in. Now we can snug them up. There's one. Do the same to the other 2. Now at this point, we'll press in our electrical connector here. Listen for a click from that. Now we can carefully start putting this in place. We want to make sure we have it in the proper orientation, so this will be facing up towards the steering column. Now if you were to look down in this area, you're going to find that you have a rectangular tab that protrudes up. That needs to fit into this small hole on the bottom of the steering column. Bring this over. Start bringing it up into position. Now at this point, we'll continue on up along the top with our upper clamp and our mounting bolts. Get that up on there. Try to get it aligned. Once you have that up on there, you want to continue on with each of your 2 mounting bolts. You want to start them in by hand, of course, and then we can snug them up. Wiring harness in the way. At this point, we'll just confirm that we are properly inside of that notch. Now we can snug them up. Okay, right there's bottomed out. Just make sure it's nice and snug there. Same thing for the other one. Bottomed out. Nice and snug. A quick confirmation to make sure it's properly secured. Now we'll continue on with our lower trim panel here. We'll take this and carefully slide it into position. You want to make sure that you align all of the mounting points, and then you should be able to press it straight forward, locking it in. Double check to make sure it's secured all the way around. Now we can reinstall our steering column covers here. We'll we'll start along the top. That should rest right into position. Once you have that on there, continue on down along the bottom trim panel there. When we go to put this in position, we want to make sure we slide it over the adjustment lever. Bring it right in there. It's like under this area. Now we can start putting the two covers together here. Just want to align them and press them in. Now as we start pressing this together, we'll continue on with our mounting screw in the corner here. Together. All right, that one started in as well. Now, as I mentioned, ours was missing several screws. You just want to make sure you start in each of them and then you can snug them up. Let me get this one in here. Just have to move this around as necessary. All right, let's snug them up. Press this together. Now there should be two up in here. Let's get this last one over here. Double check to make sure that's completely secure. Lock your steering column in the proper placement. Back under the hood, we'll reconnect our negative battery terminal. Press that on there as far as possible. Use your 10mm, make sure it's nice and tight. All right, last thing we want to do is go ahead and test the functionality. Perfect. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.